everybody, Goosebumps for Dummies here, back at it again with another video, and today we are going to be talking about a very special book, because this is basically Slappy's finale, known as Slappy, Beware. Now, this wraps up Slappy's story in Goosebumps in a way that actually lays it pretty open-ended to more stories. It's not really a wrap-up or finale of any kind. It's kind of just a Slappy story that adds a lot to his character when it comes to lore. And whilst I'm not huge on Slappy as a character, I'll say this book's actually really good for what it is. Just going straight into it, it's a very solid book with a nice homage cover art run by Brandon Norman to the original Living Dummy art. Yeah, very nice. And as of now, this is the final Slappy book to come out, aside from Haunting Returns, that is solely about Slappy. So I'm hoping that in the future that we maybe get another one, but, you know, I wouldn't care if we didn't. Slappy is very much overused and oversaturated, and whilst he is truly the mascot now, it's like, you know, I'm just not big on his book appearances. But no less, let's dive in. And now for the blurb. You're in for a scare. Isn't that just the series tagline? The untold true story of the world's most evil villainous dummy. In the Goosebumps universe, there's no villain more feared than Slappy. Endowed by his magician creator with devious powers, Slappy has only one mission in his tiny deranged mind: do evil every day, all day. But he may have met his match in the Carlton family. Each of Slappy's attempts to ruin their lives in a disaster, and the dummy starts to panic. Will Slappy's scariest day yet bring an end to his reign of terror? Also inside this special edition, exclusive Slappy art, R.L. Stine interviews Slappy, Slappy's most iconic insults. Yep. And you got a bunch of ha-ha-ha's you can't really see in the lighting, embossed on the back. It's pretty cool. So, yeah, this was a special edition release that's partly a Slappy book, and it's actually a great read. I'll be honest. I don't like Slappy in the books very much. He's better in live action, I feel. He works better. This is a solid Slappy read up until the final bit of it. I'll say that much. For a Slappy book, I actually found myself quite, enjoying this one up until the final part of it. But before I get to my big upsides, I'll just barrel down a few ones. Of course, we have Slappy himself. He does a great job, especially in the first portion of the book. There's also a character named Darkwell, who's actually Slappy's creator, and I thought he was a pretty cool inclusion for the lore and of what we get of him. He's a pretty interesting character with a weird personality. There's some nice art done in here by Brandon Norman himself that I'll just show a few samples here, like this. And a particular boat shot that I think are really good art pieces and really display Brandon's talent in Goosebumps that not a lot of people give him enough credit for. They're great art pieces, as well as the cover up. I'm talking about the art in the book because it's in the book. The art in the book's really good. And there's a certain Q&A segment with Slappy, and Stine's interviewing him. That's advertised on the back here. And it's very fun. I'm not huge on Slappy, but I really enjoyed that little segment just because it was cute, fun, and it was kind of goofy to see Stine talk to his own character. He was basically his child at this point. Sorry, Matt. And now for my big upsides, we have not my but part 1 of this book, which is a very short, like 20-page part, but it is part 1, which is 200 years ago, which actually takes place in, if you're going off the release date for this book, 1822. Yeah, it's a very awesome start to the book that, whilst contradicts a lot of lore of Slappy, makes complete sense because Slappy's lore is already convoluted enough. So I am glad that we have a pretty solid answer to who Slappy is and how he came to be. There's also some implications that Slappy wasn't always supposed to be evil. He could have been nice, and instead Darkwell decided, fuck it. After the town decided, let's kill Darkwell. He's using sorcery and black magic. And there's a nice even twist on there with his son maybe being a puppet. And Slappy was a blank slate, for Darkwell said, do evil every day. And it's a really cool inclusion that Slappy could have been nice, but he was just turned evil because of the magic. The magic's making him evil. Not that I want Slappy to be a good guy. He never will, and he'll be super out of character unless they make a great arc for him. Which even then, follow Plankton moving to make him realize, wait, I'm just evil because I like to be. He's evil because he is, and that's how he was intended to be when he was created and told to what to be when he was given a slate personality, as I would call it. It's like selecting your character. and they chose evil for personality. It's like that, and it's like, that's cool. That fits anyways. My final big upside is the Tampa, Florida segment. Now, this is a very strange segment because it's one of the 2 Slappy Christmas stories. Yeah, we have Slappy New Year, which takes place during Christmas time. There's even a Christmas segment in there. And this one part of Slappy Beware. And it's a good chunk. It's like a whole third, almost 3/4 of the book. It's pretty big for what it is. But yeah, it's really good. It's a very good segment that I quite enjoyed with the strangely great talent show segment. Mostly because it was a breath of fresh air. You thought maybe something was going to go awry. Nope, it was normal. It was just a fun, normal, actually okay talent show segment. It started up. You have the Christmas mood, which really worked. There's some great Slappy moments, though you wouldn't know that till the end, because you're alluded to believe that this is Mr. Wood. Not even kidding. And yeah, it's very bizarre how this happens, but it's really cool, and I love the ending of it, where Slappy brings to life an army of Mr. Wood dolls. Maybe he's been pulling this stunt for years, where he brings to life Mr. Wood dolls. I don't know, it would be a very weird stunt he likes to pull. Maybe it's like his Christmas tradition. Maybe that's how Mr. Wood, came to be in the 90s, which might implicate that Mr. Wood's a mass-produced doll, and it just so happened that he's been doing this for a really long time. So I believe it is set in Christmas of 2022, or New Year's time, whatever. So yeah, it's a really good segment, and I quite enjoyed it. Dude, I could ramble all day about my issues with the final 40 pages of this book. But I'll be brief, after a few quick issues. Part 2, Tampa, Florida, Poppy. She's annoying. She's a little shit, and she really added nothing. Gave me Dummy 1 flashbacks. God, I don't want to go back to that war zone. Vietnam, am I right? And, yeah, there's a lot of tropey bits in there, but I wasn't fond of, even if I really liked the segment overall. Now for Part 3. Oh, let me tell you. No. Yeah. Part 3, aka the next day, which takes place the day after Part 2, Tampa, Florida, and all the events in that, it follows Slappy facing a family that can't be scared. And not only is that unfucking believable, and his bad luck is super hard to believe, it's so repetitive and boring. It's 30 pages, I know 30 pages, but it's like a piss off, go to hell 30 pages of slop. It's Slappy trying to scare this family 9 times. Almost 10. Till Darkwell steps in and gets that in a second. And it just gave me Slappy's nightmare flashbacks for Swole, which I don't like that book. It's super boring, repetitive, and has rough characters. And a obviously infamously terrible ending. Those are like my 4 bam, 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 not to mention the dream sequences of that book. This gave me flashbacks to that, just with how boring and repetitive this was trying to be. And it all meant nothing. It wasted my time. It wasted a good half hour, 40 minutes of my life when it was revealed that in Part 4, later that night, when Slappy's on his 10th try, he's on his deathbed at this rate, apparently, because he has to do an evil deed every day or he dies or goes to sleep forever if we don't want to get demonetized. And Darkwell shows up. He's like, I'm good now, which is fine. I'm fine with him showing up in general. I'm fine with the twist. It's cool. But, he's also like, you know, you never had to do anything, period. I made all that you have to do something evil every day stuff up. You could have just let the termites eat your asshole and not worry. It's just like it's like a nail through my nutsack. It makes anything that we were trying to do with it a waste of time. And it's just a stupid add-on that really left a bad sting in your mouth. Let alone you go to Slappy almost facing his doom when he's being put to sleep by a chant. And let alone there's no logic in it, but Slappy was wearing headphones. He didn't hear the chant. It was hinted at earlier, which I guess is fine. Nice little foreshadowing. And, I guess if he doesn't hear the chant, I mean, he can do this all day. He doesn't get affected, so he's fine. And he lives on forever! It's a rough end. I like that it's open-ended, because Slappy doesn't need to have a fitting end where he frickin' dies. That'd be weird. It'd feel awkward. Going about that, with that really dumb twist, it didn't land with me. And there's also a very cringe joke bit in this book right after that. So there's that. I give the book a flat 8 out of 10. It's great. I guess. It's a light great, and it's definitely worth a read. I genuinely do recommend this. If you're a Slappy fan in general, check this out. It's really good, almost. But I do have my gripes with particular segments. Yes, segments plural, but I kind of combined it to one. And actually, since there's segments in this book, they're even labeled in it, I'm going to rate them individually, like I do with the graphics comics that I have not touched in a while. So, segment 1, the flashback to, like, 1822, I give that a 10 out of 10. It's amazing, and it's a really good start to the book, and it just settled a lot of dust, you know? Really gave us a solid answer to Slappy's story and origin. We have also segment 2 in Tampa, Florida. I give that an 8. It was almost amazing, but it's about on par with the book overall. Like, it has some flaws overall, but a lot of things made up for it. And then you have the final segment, segment 3, 4, and the epilogue all combined into one little thing. Because they're all basically the same thing. I don't know even why they split them up. Just one big segment. Segment 3, 4. A flat 4, or at least a 4 for all of them in the visually. Yeah, there's some light things I liked, but overall, it's just pretty boring, bland, and had a lot of strange decisions that I didn't jive with. Yeah, again, 8 out of 10. Really solid book. Great for any Goosebumps fans in general, almost just Slappy fans. And whilst I don't like Slappy, I still found enjoyment in this one no less. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this book review. Tell me what you think about Slappy Beware down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.